A billionaire at just 22. The two Zepto boys who left giants behind. At an age when most people worry about missing college classes, debate whether they'll get an internship, and try to dodge family questions about what they'll do next, two young men wake up one morning, open their phone screens, and see that their company's valuation has crossed 50,000 crore. On the same day, their names are shining at the very top of the country's biggest rich lists. That is the moment where this story begins. Because this is not just a story about becoming rich, it is the story of a generation that has grown bigger not by age, but by mindset. When the new list by Hurun India and IDFC First Private was released, most people were focused on big corporate names. But the moment the top names were revealed, the entire narrative changed. In the list of India's 200 most valuable companies founded after the year 2000, the top spot was taken by two names whose ages made people check twice. Just 22-year-old 𝐼𝐸𝐿𝐴 Vohra and 23-year-old Adit Palicha, the founders of Zepto, India's youngest self-made top entrepreneurs. Zepto's valuation today is believed to be around 52,400 crore. This is not just a number. It is proof of the speed, execution, and timing that placed these two ahead of industrialists whose names have been written in business books for decades. That is why 𝐼𝐸𝐿𝐴 Vohra ranks first and Adit Palicha second on this list, and all of Business India is watching this shift very closely. From the outside, 𝐼𝐸𝐿𝐴 and Adit's story may look like a movie script, but on the inside, it is a story of relentless hard work and clarity of thought. Both were associated with Stanford University's computer science program, Stanford, where even getting admitted is considered one of life's biggest achievements. But for them, Stanford was not the destination. It was a stop along the way. And when they realized that real learning lay outside the classroom, they took the step most people are afraid to take, dropping out. It was 2020. The entire world was under COVID lockdown. People were confined to their homes, cities had come to a standstill, and grocery shopping had become a challenge. Online delivery apps were overloaded, delays were common, and local kirana stores were also under pressure. In the middle of this chaos, 𝐼𝐸𝐿𝐴 and Adit asked a simple but dangerous question. Could groceries be delivered faster in India? That question gave birth to an idea. Initially, the company was not called Zepto. It was named 𝐼𝐸𝐿𝐴. The vision was to connect the local kirana ecosystem with technology and bring delivery times down to 45 minutes. Even that was considered ambitious at that time. But as they understood the ground reality, both realized that in densely populated cities like those in India, the real game was speed. That's when the decision came that redefined the entire quick commerce industry: 10-minute delivery. Many said it was impossible. Some said the economics would never work. Others called it just a marketing stunt. But Zepto didn't argue. It executed. Dark stores, micro-warehouse, hyperlocal inventory, real-time demand prediction, and data-driven rider placement, Zepto treated logistics not as an experiment, but as a science. Separate data for every locality, planning down to every minute, and precise routing for every order. The result was that 10-minute delivery became not just a promise, but a habit. Gradually, Zepto began expanding across metro cities: Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi NCR, Chennai, and Hyderabad. For urban youth, Zepto became synonymous with convenience. College students, working professionals, young families, everyone found a common solution in it. And as the number of users kept increasing, the valuation took off like a rocket. Today, Zepto is not just a startup. It is a symbol of India's changing consumption behavior. That is why, at such a young age, its founders have reached the very top of the Hurun list. 𝐼𝐸𝐿𝐴 Vohra, just 22 years old. According to the Hurun India Rich List 2025, his net worth is estimated at around 4,480 crore. The most astonishing fact is that he made his first entry into the Hurun Rich list at the age of just 19. In other words, at an age when most people are getting their first voter ID, 𝐼𝐸𝐴 had already entered the country's richest list with wealth worth thousands of crores. On the other side is 𝐼𝐸𝐴 Palicha, the co-founder and CEO of Zepto, aged 23. If 𝐼𝐸𝐴 represents vision and technology, 𝐼𝐸𝐴 represents execution and scale, strategy, operations, and growth, the perfect balance of all three. This partnership is Zepto's real strength. But this story isn't just about two individuals. It is the story of an India where entrepreneurship is no longer age-dependent. On the Sam Hurun list, in third place is Bharatpe's Shashwat Nakrani, who is just 27 years old. From fintech to solar and green energy startups, young founders are securing spots in the top 10. The 200 companies featured in this list together have a total valuation of around 42 lakh crore. And these companies come from 51 different cities across the country. This means entrepreneurship is no longer limited to Bangalore or Mumbai. Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities are now very much a part of this new economy. Another major signal is clearly visible in this list. For the first time this year, Eternal's founder Deepinder Goyal has overtaken DMart's 𝐼𝐸𝐴 Adani to claim the top position. This is not just a change in rankings, it is a shift in mindset. A transfer of power from old-school retail to new-age technology. Coming back to Zepto's story, many people say it is just a funding game. But funding is only fuel. Execution is the engine. And when it comes to execution, Zepto has achieved what very few companies manage to do. 10-minute delivery is not just about speed. It also means inventory risk, operational pressure, rider safety, and regulatory scrutiny. Yet Zepto maintained discipline along with speed. That is why the company is not just chasing growth, but also moving towards sustainability. The most inspiring part is that 𝐼𝐸𝐴 and 𝐼𝐸𝐴 do not present themselves like celebrity founders. No unnecessary glamour, no hollow motivation. The focus is only on product, data, and long-term vision. Perhaps this maturity is what truly sets them apart. This story is also for parents who believe in the sequence, first a degree, then a dream. Zepto's story says that a degree is important, but direction is even more important. This story is for students who believe that world-class companies can only be built in Silicon Valley. Zepto proves that global-scale companies can be built in India as well. And this story is also for critics who say that today's kids become successful too early. The truth is, these kids didn't become successful early, they became responsible early. Running a company at the age of 22 and 23, where a single mistake can cost hundreds of crores, is no game. The pressure is immense. Expectations are sky high. Yet the founders of Zepto have shown that age is just a number. Real identity is built through execution. Today, when you open the Zepto app and groceries arrive at your doorstep in 10 minutes, remember, behind it is the story of two young men who left their comfort zones, walked away from one of the world's best universities, and chose uncertainty. And perhaps that is why today, leaving behind the biggest veterans on the Hurun list, standing at the very top are 𝐼𝐸𝐴 and 𝐼𝐸𝐴 Palicha.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.